So let's find its domain. Piece by piece. Can anyone give us the interval notation for this and the interval notation for this? Everyone knows how to write these in interval notation. I know that.
Negative infinity, comma, -1.
Brilliant. Excellent. Very good.
And -1, comma, infinity, parentheses, bracket.
Very good.
Parentheses.
Excellent. Good. Perfect. So now let's analyze. Everything to the left of -1, -1, and everything to the right of -1. So what is the domain of function f? Everything to the left of -1, -1, and everything to the right of -1. So the domain of function f is anyone, please? Based on what you see here, what will you conclude about the domain of the entire function? It's okay if you're wrong.
UN is UN.
It's everything, right? That's why I said everything to the left of -1, -1, and everything to the right of -1. Is that okay? Yes? So we get our table going. Which values I have to have in the table in this case?
0 and -1.
Brilliant, thank you very much. In the correct order. -infinity, -1, 0, infinity. Which symbols will I write exactly under -1?
Bracket in the parenthesis.
Yes. So the parenthesis facing this way and the bracket facing that way, and they're touching. Which function, I know this is an overkill, but that's okay. Which function will I have to use, or piece, which piece of a function of the function will I have to use between -infinity and -1?
-2x.
Very good, awesome. I know it's a overkill, but again, between -1 and infinity, because they may not be put here in the correct order. It has to be the other one. Perfect. So, to the left of -1, I'm going to use -2. Let's plug in -2. -2 times -2, what do I get?
4.
Excellent. Let's plug in -1. Although I know you're going to say, you can't. I understand. So I will put it in and I will leave it open. When I put in -2, what do I get inside the parenthesis?
2.
Good. Now I plug in -1 here. What do I get?
1.
Perfect. And I plug in 0. What do I get?
2.
That's it. That's all I need. It's a linear function. It's a linear function. 2 points, 2 points. Good. I'm ready now. I will plot -2, 4. I will plot -1, 2 with an open point. Open. Open. This is it. I'm done. Do not extend. Do not continue. We move on to the other branch. -1, 1. Full point. 0, 2. Do not extend the green to the left. Do not extend the orange to the right. That's why I put them up here. So this is a full point. That's why I put them up here. -2x exists only between -infinity and -1. Only between -infinity and -1. The green exists only between -1 and infinity. Only between -1 and infinity. They cannot overlap. This is incorrect. By the vertical line test, this is not a function. So again, that's why I put them up here. So I'm certain now that this piece is only this, between -infinity and -1. And this is graphed only between -1 and infinity. And this is the entire function f of x. This is the whole f of x. Can anyone identify the range of this function? From the lowest y value till the largest y value.
Bracket -1 to infinity.
But you mean +1 here? Yes. 1 to infinity. -1 will be a point here, right? So it starts here at +1 up to infinity. Good. Any questions on graphing the piecewise defined function? Okay. I'm trying to open the book because I like to go back to some graphs. Okay. I'm going to share my screen in a second. Here it is. Okay. The page number is in 2.2. I want to look at some graphs. 2.2. 2.2. Is it in 2.2? Yes, it is. No, yes, it is in 2.2. Yes, page 253. Okay. 53. Okay. So let's choose another function and answer all these questions. I think we worked on 50 or 51 we did. So let's choose another function and answer all these questions. Okay. Is this okay if we work on 49?
Yes.
Perfect. Use the graph of f to determine each of the following where applicable. Use interval notation. Where applicable, use interval. Okay. The domain of f. So let's look at this graph and identify the domain of f. So this is problem 49. I'm going to write the answers here again on 252. Good. Part A. Can anyone identify the domain of this function? Domain of this function.
1 and 7.
Domain. Domain. From the leftmost point till the rightmost point. Domain.
Is it negative infinity to infinity?
Absolutely. Everything. Look at the arrows. Excellent. Negative infinity to infinity. Part B. Can anyone give us the range of this function? The range of this function from the lowest possible y value to the largest possible y value.
Is it negative 4 to infinity?
Excellent. Negative 4 to infinity with a bracket because the point exists at negative 4. Excellent. Part C. Any x-intercepts if they exist.
1 and 7.
Yes, so we want to write them as 1, 0 and 7, 0. Perfect. Y-intercept.
0, 4.
0, 4. Excellent. Good. Intervals on which f is increasing. We're talking about x intervals on which f is increasing. So f is increasing on which x interval? Anyone would like to try? So let's follow the mouse. Which interval is the function increasing on?
4.
Yes, indeed, from 4 to
Infinity?
exactly 4 to infinity. Remember, these are not brackets. Very good. Only parentheses. F decreasing on F decreasing on
Is it 0 to 4?
excellent, excellent, excellent. 0 to 4, very good. G, constant on,
4 to 9.
we are looking at x values for which the function is constant. Only
Yeah.
x.
0.
Okay, look at the mouse. So the function is constant on
Is it negative infinity to 0?
negative infinity to 0. Excellent. Good. The number at which f has a relative minimum. The number, not the value of the minimum. Where is the minimum? Meaning which x value is the minimum? Just the x value. That's h. X equals
4. 4?
Yes, of course, 4. Excellent. Now they're asking the relative minimum. The relative minimum is the actual value. Where is it found? X equals 4. How much it is? Now this is the y value. So the relative, yes, is indeed -4. Excellent. They're asking us now to find f of -3. F of -3. -3 is here. I draw, or I imagine I draw, a vertical line at -3. It crosses the graph at this point. I have to read the y value.
Four.
Indeed. The values of x for which f of x is -2. F of x is -2. Remember, this is y equals -2. I draw, or I imagine I draw, a horizontal line at -2. It crosses the graph. I have to read the x values in this case. What are they?
2 and 6.
2 and 6 indeed. Finally, is this function symmetric? In other words, is it even, odd, or none of the above? Odd, even, or not at all symmetric? Let me refresh your memory how an even function looks like, which is symmetric with respect to the y-axis. And how does an odd function look like, which is symmetric with respect to the origin? So now let's look again. Is this function odd, even, or none of the above?
None of the above.
Of course, not symmetric. It's not symmetric with respect to the y-axis. Look at this side, look at this side. It's not symmetric over the origin. Look at this side, look at this side. Not symmetric whatsoever. Okay, any questions? Any questions? Okay, one final step is transformations. We reviewed absolutely everything after that. So 15. So let's say I have f of x equals the opposite of x plus 1 squared plus 4. We're asked to graph the function using transformations and present them in the order of operations. So first of all, I have to identify the base function, the function that was used to create this one. What simple function was used to create this one?
Will it be quadratic?
Yes, indeed, x squared. Very good. 2. 2 is a transformation on x squared, but I have to present the first transformation that needs to be performed on X based on order of operations. What will be the first step? The first transformation.
Move 1 to the left.
Excellent. So indeed, x plus 1 squared, left 1. Excellent. The next transformation is on this one. In order of operations, what do I have to perform next?
X-axis.
Yes. So negative x plus 1 squared reflect with respect to the x-axis. Excellent. Finally, the number 4 is on number 3. The last step.
Up
Vertical.
Very good. Up 4. That's it. Let's graph it. First, I graph x squared. Here is x squared. We know that this is our x squared, the even function. Then you told me to move it left 1. Excellent. Excellent. I moved it left 1. Then you told me to reflect it. Fine, I will reflect it. Here's the reflection. Then you told me to drag this up 4. Okay, fine. I'll drag it up 4. I threw away all my colors. They were not good anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is final. Final what? Final function, which is f of x equals negative x plus 1 squared plus 4. Can anyone identify the vertex? Can anyone identify the vertex?
negative 1 comma 4.
That's it. That's exactly it. Negative 1 comma 4. What if I am asked to find, this is it, you don't have to do anything else there. What if I am asked to find the x and y intercepts algebra